Welcome to another episode of the Regular Irregular Show. I am Sleepy Melbourne. I am here to talk to you guys about Tower of God, Urek's Ascent, and it's lit. Chapter 17 has just come out. We are here with two teams who are relatively weak, arguing about how they should join each other and how they'll be able to trust one another if they do happen to join forces. This turns into a basically teammate exchange. So it's like you have a teammate over here that's watching us. We have a teammate over there watching y'all. And no one can betray each other because we have this other person that is watching the each group. So after making the decision that they're going to do the team swap, they have to decide on who's going to go. And Aura, the girl that basically thinks that she's going to be able to manipulate Urek into like getting up the tower and passing tests, she uses her cute girl charm here to try and basically say, hey, I'll go over there and I'll be the person to go on their team, when the blonde-haired guy was trying to force what looks to be the chubbier black-haired gentleman to join the other team. He eventually relents because he doesn't want Aura to Aru. I don't know if it's A-R-U, so I'm gonna call her Aura, but it might be Aru. But Aru sounds weird. Or Aru. I don't know. Either way, we get to see the team of the Princess Jihad after the teammate exchange, with the black-haired gentleman not really worrying about the escape of Aru from him and him being able to find her, because he has attached a extremely small observer onto Miss Aura. So there's something weird about him. He might be trying to kidnap her. He might have some weird fetish or something like that. There's a lot of weird people in the tower, so we'll see where that heads and leads us to. But like I said, we switch over to the Princess of Jihad's team, and she is fighting a penguin, and they are having a pretty even match, with the princess commenting that the penguin is relatively strong, and as are all warriors or all of their species this strong. The penguin replies yes, saying that they have to fight off the Lopi Bay bears from birth, and so they are all born this strong and capable. And her being in a cold land filled with cold water powers her up, because she is a water penguin. This continues on in this back and forth duel, with the princess recognizing that it's not just a penguin that she has to fight, it's also the two people that are, I will say, hiding, which is a light bearer and a spear bearer, basically waiting to either help penguin escape or take out the princess of Zahad. So we'll see how that goes. But then Princess also recognizes that there's a third person that is there, and trying to figure out who that third person is the main concern of the princess. Turns out it is someone that is trying to help the princess, which causes her to trip up the penguin and make the spear throwers attack miss, and her then articulate that she's not looking for help from anybody, and that she's completely fine handling things on her own. She also goes ahead and slices our man's head off, because I done told you to leave me alone, and you just gonna keep trying to force your help on me and force me to do things and grant you favors because you're so weak. You think that you can like attach yourself to me, and that's just not the case. So after having a conversation with him where she basically illustrates that she doesn't need his help, she gets rid of him, cutting his head off, and uses the penguin as a chair. So we get to see the end of that engagement And we have a gentleman that is watching the princess commenting on how he wanted to see more of her ability, and what a pity. And this is the same gentleman that was on the floor in the previous chapters talking about how he wanted to basically prepare things and seems to be a part of Phantomanium's, I guess, group. We don't really have a name for it or organization. So, or it could be a cult where they're just like followers of his and have like heard of him and know what happened, and now we're trying to like do things in his name. Not really sure. We haven't seen Phantomanium make an appearance yet inside of the story outside of the first chapter, but we do get to see that he is able to tell that the woman is completely empty, and he thinks that could be useful for Lady Mago, which is the person that they have basically decided will be the new ruler of the tower, which clearly doesn't work if we go by Tower of God standards, and this is Urek just beginning. But maybe Lady Mago is still inside the tower somewhere, and the Phantomanium group is the group that is really what the workaholics are like worried about. But that's all speculation, because before we can get to see all things and this gentleman interact with our Princess of Zahad, we see the boss dolphin mother coming towards them with the Princess of Zahad seeing that it has the crown, and another one of the contestants being carried off by the fish, and also seeing the crown, and not the fish, excuse me, the dolphins, and seeing the crown on side the queen's head, queen mother. And now they're trying to figure out if they're going to be able to get that crown off of the queen mother's head. But Urek is on hot pursuit. We don't get to see Urek in this chapter, but we do get to see Dogman, who is the teacher for the wave controllers, come and confront the gentleman who was watching the Princess of Zahad, saying, "And who are you?" This doesn't end well for the Dogman, because this gentleman summons so many bangs that he's able to make like a square enclosure for the two of them, and then after that is able to attack from all the angles behind the dog face man, basically killing him, talking about, "This is who I am somewhere stronger than you." And that is the end of it. Actually, I was wrong. We do see one last panel is Urek's face, but he's not in the chapter. Like that doesn't count. But like I said, this has been an amazing episode or chapter. I'm really happy about it. Hopefully you guys are having a great time. I'm happy I caught up. Sorry that I wasn't doing this regularly like I should have been. My apologies. But make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment below. Goodbye.